How is it going, guys? Patrick James here. I'm actually in the gym and a very genius thought popped into my head, and it's 3 things that I want to talk about with you today. Now, these 3 things are basically the exact formula to getting anything you want in life, whether it's charisma, social dynamics, women, dating success, financial success, anything that you want in life. These 3 things are gonna get you there. And it's kind of like a pyramid. So the first thing I wanna tell you, it's gonna start broad. It's gonna start at the top, and then we're gonna work our way down very specifically. And this is gonna be a quick video, but it's gonna be very valuable. So the first one I wanna tell you about is belief, all right? I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was Theodore Roosevelt, not sure, you can look that up. But he first said, believe you can, and you're halfway there, all right? If you believe that you can achieve whatever it is you want, you're already halfway there. That's the first step, all right? Now, to back this up with a story, last night I was talking to people, which I tend to do when I go out. I talk to a lot of people, guys, girls, wherever I'm at. If I'm just in a social environment and I get the urge to talk to somebody, I'm just gonna start a conversation with them, all right? It's a habit that I've ingrained in myself. So I started talking to this guy while I was out last night, and he looked like he was, pretty successful. And I was just like chatting him up. I was like, what do you do, man? What's your, we were talking about what he does. And he said, oh, I'm in real estate. And the way he kind of said it and like the things that he told me about his life, it sounded like he was very successful. He's very financially well off. And he's a guy who's my age. And here's the thing. Every person I know in real estate falls into one of 2 categories. One, they are average. They get an average living, they do the average amount of sales, and they make a comfortable living doing just enough to get by. And the other half are the super ambitious guys, and most of those people are always listening to audiobooks, they're always reading books, they're always going to seminars, and they're always improving themselves, and that's why they're so successful. But there's a small majority of those people who are successful that don't do any of that stuff. And this was one of those guys. So I asked him, I was like, yo, you seem pretty well off. Are you one of those people who's like super into audiobooks and personal development and going to seminars and stuff? And he instantly said with a kind of like a cocky grin on his face, he's like, no, fuck that. I don't do any of that shit. I was like, really? He goes, no, I'm a natural born killer, man. And he said it kind of facetiously, but he was very serious. And that right there was his belief. And that's why I start with belief, because it's so broad. Because if you have that thing, just one belief that you can, then you will find a way, regardless of anything else, all right? This guy, he doesn't do any of that personal development. He doesn't buy products. He doesn't listen to audiobooks. He doesn't read books, but he believes he can. He believes that he's a winner, and therefore he wins. He finds a way. Which brings me into the second one, and if you don't already have belief, or even if you do, this will just compound your results, and that is action, all right? Action and belief, that's the deadly combo right there. Now, here's the example that I want to give with action. Let's say that I want to get to California. I'm in Arizona right now, but let's say I want to get to California. I don't have money for a plane ticket. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I don't have a car. I don't know any buddies who are willing to give me a ride. But you know what? I really wanna get there. I have to get there. All right? So if I don't know what to do, I can do one of 2 things. I can do what most people would do in this situation, and I would be like, well, I don't know how I'm gonna get to California, even though I wanna get there. I guess I'll just sit right here in my box, my comfortable box, where I know I'm safe, and I know I'm gonna live if I stand right here in this gym. I know I'm gonna be fine tomorrow, but you know what, I don't know how I'm gonna get to California, so I'm just gonna stay here, all right? Or I could do the other thing, which is say, I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but I really, really wanna get there. I have to get there. So you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna start walking, all right? I'm just gonna start walking to California right now, right this second. I'm walking right now. All right? And if I started walking, that right there is taking action. Most people, they don't know how to get there, so they say, you know what, that sounds really hard. I'm just gonna sit right here because it's comfortable here. It's warm here. I know I can live here. But if I just start taking action, I know eventually I'm gonna get to California because, my feet keep moving, and California is an actual place. I will get there eventually. Might take me a week, might take me 10 hours, it might take me a year, but I will get there if I keep walking. So that's the action. And here's the thing, when you take that action, something funny happens. Maybe I start walking, and maybe about 20 miles in my walk, someone sees me on the side of the road, and they're like, yo, dude, what are you doing? Why are you walking? It's like kind of late at night. Where are you going, man? I say, you know what? I really wanted to get to California. I don't know how I was going to get there. I don't have money for a plane ticket. I don't have a car, but I'm going to get to California. It's going to happen. And he says, you know what? I like you. You have ambition. You have charisma. You have spunk, my friend. I'm going to give you a ride. I'm going towards that way. I can give you a ride for like 50 miles. And that, just like that, because I started walking, because I started taking action, regardless of how minor the action was, someone gave me a ride and got me closer to my goal without me even doing anything, just because I took that action. Now here's the thing. What if that guy drops me off 50 miles later and he drops me off at a fucking bus station or maybe he takes me to the airport, all right? And I go to the airport and I don't have money for a plane ticket, but someone sees me walking and I'm close to the airport and they go, dude, where are you going? And I tell them the same thing. I'm like, yo, I'm going to California. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I don't have a plane ticket, but I'm just walking. I'm gonna get there one way or the other. This guy goes, dude, you're fucking crazy, but I love your spirit. I'm gonna buy you a plane ticket. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get to California tonight because I can't let you walk. It's not very safe out there. It's dark. There's animals. I'm not gonna let that happen to you. I'm gonna buy you a plane ticket. And just like that, because I took the action, because I didn't want to stay here where it's safe and warm, because I started going, I got to California. So that's a very roundabout metaphor, but it's so true for anything that you want. Now the third piece of this pie, belief, action, and know exactly where you're going. Before you even start, you should know exactly where you're going, because if you don't, you'll never get there. Listen, if I could say that I want success with women, if I want success financially, if I want anything in life, my definition of success is very different than most people's definition of success, all right? Nobody knows exactly what you're shooting for unless you know what you're shooting for. So in that California example, nobody could have helped me get to where I was going if I didn't even know where I was going. If I just started randomly walking outside, people would think I'm crazy. They ask me where I'm going and I say, I don't know. They would think you're fucking crazy, all right? So you have to know exactly where you're going. I would have never gotten to California in that example unless I knew in my head that I was going to California. So if you want success with women, if you want success in your social life, if you want success financially, what the hell is your definition of success? Do you want to make $1,000 a day? Do you want to become a millionaire? Do you want to add 5 new girls into your rotation? Do you want one awesome girlfriend who makes you food, does your laundry, and hangs out with you and can do everything with you? Do you want 5 awesome guy friends who raise you up and they raise your own standards and they support your path for your business? What do you want? What's your definition of success? Because once you define that, then as soon as you start walking, you're gonna know exactly where you're walking to. And on that note, I hope that helps you wherever you wanna go in life. Always believe, always take action, and always know where you're going. And I will see you later. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't already, and if you like this video, subscribe to my brand new email newsletter, Social Swagger Daily. Click the link in the description below, and I'll see you in there. We're gonna have a lot of free tips, a lot of free value in there for you to eat and soak in every single day. I write a new one every single morning, so I'll see you in there, my friend.